The 7-second rule. So we talk about first impressions when we meet people, but did you know that the studies show that people make decisions about things like homes, cars, and business spaces in the first 7 seconds? And in the case of homes, they're making those decisions from the street, what's referred to as the curb. So we go to the curb appeal. You will hear real estate gurus ad nauseum tell you that your curb appeal in the exterior of your home, the flower beds, the lawns, your exterior paint, the colors, the color of your front door, will greatly influence how likely buyers are to drive by and even want to go in to see your house, let alone making an offer on it. And it's actually completely true. 71% of buyers of homes in the United States during a big study have shown that they were influenced on how much to offer based on how they felt about how the exterior of the home looked. Let that sink in. They actually put more weight into what it looked like to pull up to the front of your home than they did your kitchen, your shower, your backyard. It was the first impressions. One of the things that I always recommend to somebody that is putting their home on the market, if you're like me and the exterior of your home hasn't been painted in a long time, maybe the trim's got a little bit of wear, maybe the colors aren't even current, that might be a great place to start of looking at exterior paint, especially the trim, and making sure that you're picking a palatable color that's popular now that matches with the neighborhood. We've all been to the neighborhoods where the house is painted purple and yellow or pink. You want to pick a color scheme that fits with the area, the neighborhood of where your house is located, that will appease the likely buyer for your home. There's a big difference between a Southern California subdivision in San Bernardino County being different shades of tan with a little bit of a pop to the trim and maybe a beach home in Florida. They're completely different animals. The color scheme's different. The whole mentality of who the buyer is and what they're looking for is different. But one of the biggest overlooked things that is so easy to fix is the condition of the lawn. It is not that expensive to have somebody come out, replace sprinklers, and make sure that you have adequate coverage and amp up your watering schedule and fertilize and get a landscaper to come once, twice a week, depending on what season we're in. We're coming out of summer, so right now the lawns are starting to turn green again and they're starting to grow finally. Take a trip to Home Depot. Get some plants that make sense on your porch, in the flower beds. Something that blooms, or maybe it doesn't bloom at all. Make sure trees and everything else are cut back, because that opinion, when someone sees that sign and they see a manicured yard and the paint looks nice, just like one of the suggested color palettes when you walk into a Lowe's or Home Depot, they like it. They're more excited to go look at the interior and more excited to forgive imperfections for the fact that you've lived in the home and maybe haven't updated everything and everything isn't new. You will find that your offers come in higher, they come in faster, and buyers are going to be happier to go through the transaction with all the bumps we go through. Remember, the first impressions are so important.